The next question is for the Ragland Smith ticket. A number of items in your platform are very similar to initiatives underway by other student organizations. For example, your athletic attendance initiative is similar to the Student Athletic Advisory Board's Code Blue project. Your platform mentions sportsmanship efforts, which is similar to initiatives run by another student organization, Pride. How will your efforts vary and/or improve on these initiatives that other organizations have already established?
Thank you. Beginning of August, I had an opportunity to meet up with Greg Myford, who's the athletic director, and told them pretty much that the idea of sportsmanship and fan behavior and respect was an issue within the Big Ten that we wanted to take a lead on. I had the opportunity to work with the leaders of Pride and get in contact people with the We Are campaign to see how we can co-sponsor and see how we can bring a student government approach to enhance the effort in general. I don't feel as though sportsmanship should be divided by the different organizations who can tackle it. I think this is something that we all can get involved with. I had the opportunity as well to team up with the Student Athletic Advisory Board to pretty much enhance what they do as well. So I think in terms of sportsmanship and engaging those other student organizations who have already began the foundation, UPUA and our leadership that me and Colleen will bring will continue to build off of what they have already started. This is not something we want to step on anybody's toes with. This is something that we support our fellow organizations who have already seen the importance of this initiative. Again, going to the Big Ten, there have been many universities in the Big Ten that have great organizations. The NCAA has a respect campaign. I had the opportunity to talk to a representative from the NCAA who pretty much said that he applauds the effort of the student government to team up with the organizations who want to help out those organizations who do stuff for good fan behavior and sportsmanship. So I think what the student government can bring is an opportunity to enhance what those student organizations have already done, build the foundation, and continue with what we already started.
I'm gonna quote one of my counterpart, his favorite quotes. We're not gonna reinvent the wheel. We understand that these organizations are out there and they're doing a great job. And what we wanna do is unite them. We're the student government and we wanna bring together all facets of the university. We wanna bring together all organizations because together as Penn State students, we can bring a lot of great positive change. So we don't wanna change what they're doing with sportsmanship. We just wanna do it together with them. And we wanna bring them all together so that we can have the best fans and the best sportsmanship here at Penn State.
I had the opportunity, Colleen, you mentioned about bringing all facets of the government together. I think we definitely have to talk to each separate student organization group. Kristen, I know you've done a lot of work with that. You know, the Eco Action guys were at a campment on Sunday. They said we don't necessarily need student government to bring us together on certain issues. But I think the ultimate question is on the feasibility of some of the things my opponents propose. I have their platform ahead of me. One of the things they're talking about is increasing attendance in non-revenue sports. How exactly is that going to happen? Are they going to force students to go? What plan is there in place? Colleen mentioned in terms of the 10 on 10 plan, whether or not we have a plan to get there. But I'm looking at their platform. They talk about things like green initiatives. While ecological conservation is admirable, the fact is there's really no plan for my opponents on how they're going to accomplish any of these things. They talk about their experience within student government and how they've done so many things. But really, there's no clear plan on how we're going to accomplish any of these things in terms of increasing attendance in non-revenue sports. You can definitely promote that, but again, where's the plan and where's the money coming from to increase the attendance? I think you have all these big words, GPS tracking of catabuses, green initiatives, things like You Vote, but there's really no plan on how it's going to work, where the money's going to come from, or why student government even feels this responsibility to go increase attendance in non-revenue sports. So I think when you talk about realism and pragmatism, they don't really have it, and I'm interested to see their plan.
Time.
To get back on the idea of sportsmanship, like I mentioned before, we again talked about the foundation that we already started from September. So to give you a couple examples of how we increase attendance in these non-revenue sports teams. I met with Jeff Fisher, who's one of the marketing directors. We found ways to the first 100 students that come to the game get in free with a free t-shirt. We had opportunities to bring in student organizations like the United Soul Ensemble to come sing the African American National Anthem during Black History Month. Pretty much we already laid the foundation, and what we have to do is continue with that. It's not as hard as you're making it seem. just last Thursday, the women's basketball game, which is not a non-revenue sport, but it's a game that the athletic department had really reached out to me because they want to see a lot of support there, make sure that the women had all the support they could, and they came to me and said, Christian, like we do in the past, we're going to this time let the first 100 students get in free, and they get a free T-shirt. Can you just do your job and spread the word out so that we get the people? So it's not something as hard as you make it seem. We continue along the foundation that we started, and if elected president and vice president, we're going to continue in the same way. It's been working now, and it's going to work in the future.